Hello from under Mistress's hull, everybody. In this episode, it's a bit of a catch-up actually. I've got quite a bit of older clips over time where I've been doing the work in the head, getting the holding tank fitted and secured in place, as well as a lot of plumbing which connects up all the different things that are absolutely necessary when it comes to a boat bathroom. And so you'll see the detailed work there. It's actually very involved, and as I say, because it's actually been happening over a lot of time, that's kind of testimony to the fact that there's just a lot of things involved, and it's something that I could not foresee all the steps I needed to do along the way. So yeah, you'll get to see what's involved in putting that together. And the other thing I'll be doing is getting the portable fridge installed in place. Now, I always had plans for having a permanent fridge freezer installation built and installed, but because I decided not to go ahead with that before Mistress goes to the water, I did buy that portable fridge freezer, which you'll see installed. So I hope you enjoy this episode, showing more of what's involved, of the many things that you have to do in order to get a liveaboard boat set up properly in a way that hopefully you don't have to come back down the track and fix subpar work that always comes back to haunt you. So enjoy the episode. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you, good patrons, for your great support as always. Please click the button for a thumbs up if you enjoy this content. It'd be great if you're not subscribed to click that button and the bell so that you get the notifications for following episodes. And as I always say, please leave a comment because I do enjoy reading what you have to say. Enjoy this episode. So what I want to try and do now is talk you through where the water comes in and goes out, gets discharged, and what I call the rather simple design that I've put in place for Mistress to manage everything here in her head. So first of all, of course, water needs to come in, and as I have mentioned before, that will be both salt water, raw water, and fresh water. And so for the bulk of the time, the toilet will be using raw water, but raw water has a lot of organisms in it, as you can understand, which of course can multiply inside of pipes, etc. And a lot of the odours in boat toilets actually come from the raw water, which is why I've also added the ability to use fresh water to give the whole system a flush and clean. This is where the water will come in. Once it goes through the pump, it's then pushed and it will come up to this siphon break here, goes back down into the toilet to do the actual flushing mechanism. Once the contents, including the water, are then flushed through the toilet, a macerator blade mulches everything up, making it mostly a liquid. It's then pushed up by the electric pump through another siphon, whereby it will then be fed through this Y valve here, which is why there's an option to change that valve to discharge the waste either overboard, meaning the contents will just come straight down into this Y junction and be able to go straight overboard, or for those cases where you're in harbour or in other areas where you can't discharge overboard, turning that valve the other way will allow the contents to go straight into the holding tank. And of course, with that holding tank, there's two options there as well. Either when at sea, where it's legal to discharge overboard, the waste can just be let out through the bottom fitting there, connecting with that Y junction, and again, just being able to be discharged overboard. There's also a vent in the system, of course, and I've gone for Vitas's no odour filters. Hopefully they do a good job. And as you can see with this tank, I also had an inspection point fitted as a custom add-on, not something they normally do, in order to be able to open and access that tank and clean it. And in the event that something goes wrong in terms of getting blocked, there is a way to be able to access the inside of that tank. And the other consideration is having the fitting, which will be connected to a deck fitting, whereby also the contents can be pumped out. Well, now it's time to connect everything up. There's quite a bit of plumbing going on in here, and the first thing I'll do is get the sump drainage hose running into the cabinet here that comes through this opening down in the bottom of the cabinet here. And then the other thing is to get the water supply coming into this cabinet. That too, I'm going to pass through here, and then it's got to work its way to the tap and then eventually the shower here. But that'll be the first thing. Get the water in, get that drainage in, and then I'll get on to the plumbing for the toilet. It's a very long and complicated path building your own liveaboard yacht solo. The work being done in recent months, getting things finished that is very rewarding though. Yes, I am pleased with the progress. Till next episode. Thanks for watching everybody.